Elbows up. Can you stretch your fingers out a little bit more? Your mudras are not clear at all. Keep your footwork neater. Bend your knees more. Why are your movements so lazy today? Hi, my name is Ranjani and I'm a first year PhD student at the Faculty of Education. I also happen to be an Indian classical dancer and I perform, practice, and teach a dance style known as Kuchipudi from the southern state of Andhra Pradesh. Now, to go back to those phrases that I started the video with, routine in Indian classical dance classrooms. It's something that I've heard, it's something that I've said to my students, and to put it very simply, that's exactly what my research examines. Why am I doing that? Why are the bodily aesthetics demanded from Indian classical dance so rigid? Um, the start of that answer lies in understanding that Indian classical dance has always been designed and intended to convey cues that go beyond just the dance itself. What are those cues? Again, to understand those cues, we have to go back a little bit into history and realize that Indian classical dance was a major national identity building project of the Indian movement for independence. And this project continued into the post independence imaginary of what Indian classical dance should and could be. Um, this reconstruction often involved the appropriation of dance styles from hereditary dance communities and involved an upper caste Sanskritization process which rendered the dance form as well as the nation state associated with it ultimately upper caste and Hindu. Why does it matter at this time? India is witnessing a surge in ethno nationalism as well as increasing violence and intolerance against its religious and cultural minorities. And at this moment, it is important to question which cultural forms, um, how the cultural forms that we propagate and the cultural forms that we look to describe Indian identity, what they put at stake when they are subsumed or written into nationalist narratives. Now, I'm going to read out the research questions that my PhD is looking at. They're as follows. How does Indian classical dance reinscribe socio religious hierarchies through its aesthetic choices? Who is allowed to make these aesthetic choices in the teaching, learning, and performing of Indian classical dance? What do these aesthetic choices intend to convey? And is there a feminist intervention to be made into the discourse surrounding Indian classical dance, which can challenge the hypermasculinity espoused by nationalist regimes? Thank you, and I hope you enjoyed this short introduction into my research.